Hundreds of people with many debts agree to play a game in which they will win a lot of money, but in return they will have to risk their lives. Here you see it. The Squid Game. Our story begins with Ihun, who lives with his mother, who gives him some money to take her daughter out to eat as a birthday present. But he demands more, so the lady refuses. As a consequence, Ihun takes advantage of his mother, stealing her credit card. So Ihun goes to the bank to withdraw all his mother's money, which he uses to go to the racetrack and bet on horses, and not for his daughter's birthday as he said. And although at the beginning he loses a couple of bets, later he evens out and wins. The bad thing is that when he leaves the racetrack, some moneylenders to whom he owes money chase him, so they catch him, and when he was planning to pay them with the money he won, he realizes that he lost the money while he was running. So, when he doesn't pay them, they beat him up and give him a little more time. Because sad and without money, he goes to look for a cashier, to whom he had given a tip when he went to collect his reward, so he asks her for it. But first he gets a birthday present for his daughter, thanks to a boy who helped him get his present from a machine, and with what he has left over he takes his daughter out to dinner. After taking his daughter to his ex-wife, he misses the train, but while he is waiting for it, a very mysterious guy approaches him, who challenges him to play a game, and after many attempts he wins. Upon paying him for his win, the mysterious guy comments that he could win much more money in a very special game, to which he gives him his card, and tells him that, if he is interested, to call him. When Ihun arrives at his mother's house, she tells him that his ex-wife is planning to go to the United States with her new husband, so if she leaves he may never see his daughter again, so he suggests him to hire a lawyer to get custody of his daughter. But for this he has to prove that he is a responsible man, that he can take care of his daughter, but given the situation, he can't even take care of himself, so he is forced to call the mysterious guy. Once at the agreed place, he is sedated together with other people who were also going to go to play. A while later, Ihun wakes up together with hundreds of people who apparently were going to participate. Minutes later, some guys dressed in red arrive, who explain the rules and details of the games. As they consist of 6 games in 6 days, the winner will get a big cash prize, which will be accumulated in a sphere. The first game begins, which consists of walking. Every time a doll is on its back, if someone is seen to move, it will be eliminated, so they have 5 minutes to reach the goal before the game is over. So they take it lightly, but when they see that it was real to die, they panic. So many participants die in that test. Those who are still alive begin to advance little by little, until Ihun, along with many others, manage to pass the test. All the survivors return to their dormitories, where the men in red announce the increase of the prize to $25 million, so they take a vote to determine if they want to continue playing. Fortunately many vote no, so, being the vast majority, the game is over and everyone returns to their homes. Once outside, Ihun goes to the police station to report what happened, but he is taken for a madman, so he hopelessly returns home. On the way he meets one of his friends who was also in the game, who tells him that he lied to his mother, saying that he went on a business trip. Moments later, he receives a call from the hospital, as it seems that his mother is sick, but she refuses to stay there, because if she doesn't work, they won't have money to pay the rent. By chance Ihun meets this guy who happens to be a policeman, and is investigating the games, because when his brother disappeared, he left a card like the one he left at the police station, when he went to report the games. Due to his financial problems, he decides to enter the games again, so he is again sedated and appears in the dormitory, along with many of the other participants from last time, who came back to play again. Luckily, the policeman he had met a few hours ago follows Ihun and manages to infiltrate inside the games, posing as one of the men in red. The second game begins, which consists of cutting out some sugar molds. The one who fails to cut out the mold correctly will die. Fortunately, Ihun manages to do it in time, although many others do not. After the test, everyone goes back to their dormitory. Once there, they are informed that the prize has risen to $38 million. That night someone organizes a loot, so they spend that night fighting against each other for their lives, as someone wanted to cut down the competition in a dirty way. The next day, the third game begins, which consists of throwing the rope. The first team to throw the other wins. Thanks to the advice of an old man, Ihun and his team manage to win the test. They return to their dormitories to prepare for the next day's test, but this time making sure that nothing happens again like the previous night. The next day, the next test begins, which consists of a game of marbles, so Ihun teams up with an old man, but what he didn't know is that they had to challenge each other. Whoever loses will die. So the old man sacrifices himself, letting Ihun win. When they return to their dormitories, many of the participants are devastated for having ended the lives of their teammates, especially this guy, who took his own life, because of the guilt he felt for having killed his wife. On the other side, the leader organizer of the games receives some guys with masks called the VIPs, who come to witness the last levels, and bet on the winner. The fifth test begins, and the players are assigned numbers, which represent their turn, because they have to run across a long bridge, which has trap floors. Whoever falls on one of these will be eliminated. Luckily, Ihun is one of the last ones, so he manages to pass the test. After the test, the guys in red congratulate the winners, and give them some suits, because they will have a very elegant and special dinner. Remember the policeman who had infiltrated? Well, he is discovered, so the one who had organized the games appears to him, and takes off his mask, as it turns out that this is nothing more and nothing less than his brother, whom he had been looking for all this time. Unfortunately, he kills him for no reason. The sixth and last game begins, which is the Squid game, which is not necessary to explain, because Ihun has a knife duel with the last participant, winning the match. So he takes the prize, which is $45 million, so they sedate him and leave him lying with a credit card, which contains all the money. Ihun returns home, only to find his mother dead on the floor, as her illness killed her. A year goes by and Ihun meets the old man again, who he thought was dead. But it turns out that he is not, because he tells him that he was the one who had created the games, since he did not know what to do with all his money. He goes to take out girl brother, leaves him with Sang-woo's mother and gives him a lot of money. One day, when Ihun was talking to his daughter on the phone, he meets the same man from the beginning who had invited him to the games, inviting another man to the games. He runs to see him, but he can't find him anymore. The one he finds is the man he made him play with. He takes the card from him and is about to board the plane to the United States to go see his daughter. But when he sees the card again, he decides not to do it anymore and stay to take revenge. This is how the Squid Game ends. Thank you very much for watching until the end of the video. Don't forget to subscribe, like and share it with all your friends. See you in the next movie.
It's over. Go home.